Hey y'all, I just wanted to come and share with y'all this recipe that I made the other day. It is always a staple in my house around the holidays and around the winter time because it's cold. You just want something you can eat on all day, something that's comforting. And this meal is all of that, plus it's absolutely delicious. It's so easy, and I'm about to show y'all how to make it, so let's really get into it. I use 2 pounds of ground beef. You can use 2 pounds of Italian sausage, 2 pounds of whatever you want. The best thing about this recipe is that it's so customizable. You can literally add and take away whatever you want. So I'm just seasoning mine with sazon, onion powder, and paprika. You can always just use a pack of taco seasoning, but I didn't have that, so I just used what I had. So this recipe calls for 2 cans of corn, 1 can of just the whole kernel sweet corn, and then another can of cream style corn. Question real quick, y'all. What do y'all call corn off the cob? Do y'all call it loose leaf corn? I call it loose leaf corn because if it's corn on the cob and it's not off on the cob. Okay, anyway, also, if ain't nobody told y'all, make sure y'all rinse and dry off the top of y'all cans. Y'all don't know what's been running and crawling all over your cans. So yeah, you're gonna use 2 cans. You're gonna just heat this up on a skillet with some butter. Real simple and easy, nothing too much. So once you get that going, you're gonna go back in and check on your ground beef or your ground Italian sausage, whichever you choose to use. I shred my own cheese. Shredded cheese just really isn't good for you, and it's not as good as when you shred it yourself. Shredded cheese has like this powder chemical on top of it to make it not stick together when it melts. So when you use a real block of cheese and you grate it, the creaminess and the texture is going to be so much better. So I highly recommend y'all switching from shredded cheese to shredding y'all own cheese. It'll take a few minutes, and I promise y'all, once y'all try it, you'll never go back. Also, y'all, cheese is not naturally yellow. So that means if you have any kind of yellow cheese that has some type of dye or some type of coloring in it, I tend to stay towards white cheeses. The cheese that I used was Monterrey Jack, which is like a nice, subtle, mild cheese. But if you like something a little bit stronger, a little bit more cheesy, then you can always use like a white cheddar. A cheat code for me, anytime I'm making jiffy cornbread. Oh, and by the way, you need 2 boxes for this recipe. Anytime I'm making jiffy cornbread, I always get majority of the lumps out before I add any of my ingredients. So since I'm adding 2 boxes, I need to add 2 eggs and 2/3 cup of milk. I don't measure because I done made enough jiffy in my life. I just know what consistency I'm going for. So yeah, so you just keep mixing it up until all the lumps are gone, until it's smooth. I'm gonna show y'all the texture, the consistency that you're looking for right there. And then I just added a little bit of that shredded cheese inside of the actual cornbread. You can also add like diced jalapenos. I didn't add that this time because last time I made it, it was really spicy. So this is the consistency that you're going for. Y'all, look how smooth my cornbread is. I'm telling y'all, get them lumps out beforehand. So then you're going to get your pan, whatever you're going to bake it in, and then you need to spray it down. Otherwise, next day you're going to be mad because all that cornbread going to be still stuck on your pan. So then you're going in with your first layer. This little method that I'm doing with this little pat, it is critical to this recipe because you're going to want that first layer as thin as possible because you're going to want it to be able to cook all the way through, and we got a lot of layers to go. So then right after that, you're going to go in with your corn. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be specific. I try to just measure out half of whatever I think is half. Then after that, I'm going to go in with my ground beef or your cheese or your salsa. It really doesn't matter how you layer. You just want to make sure you get all those layered in. One thing about it though, when I do layer my meat, I just put it all on there, like all in the middle. And then I layer the cheese, salsa, and the corn on top of that. Once you get everything in there, you're going to backdoor and add the rest of that cornbread on top. When you're adding the rest of the cornbread for that top layer, Just remember to make sure you get it in really good in the corners. What I typically try to do is just go stripes across the top, at least to make sure the top is covered. And then I kind of smooth in and fill in as necessary. Once you get it all on and in there, then you're going to preheat your oven. Well, you should already have it preheated to 350. You're going to pop it in there uncovered for about 15 to 20 minutes. At that point, you're going to check on it. You're going to crack the top because you're going to see that the cornbread is getting a little crusty and crispy. You're going to crack the top just to make sure that it cooks all the way through. At this point, I typically add in some, a little bit more of grated cheese just for decoration, really just for garnish. And then I also save a little bit of the ground beef sometimes and then just put that on top as well. Again, this is all optional. This is just for looks. Yeah, so y'all make this for y'all holiday functions. They're gonna be like, who are you? Look at you, Betty Crocker. Because this is the one. This is the 101. This meal is absolutely delicious. It's going to last the whole day. It's going to feed the whole family. It's going to make everybody feel like they're getting a warm hug. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Super quick, easy. And yeah, y'all add what y'all want to add. If y'all like this video, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want to see more cooking videos or what you like. Support the channel by hitting the subscribe button. You can also hit the bell notifications to make sure you don't miss any videos, any uploads. Okay, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy. Bye.